Hey, good morning and congratulations for taking the first step to solving your slow money blues. My name is Doug, retired U.S. Marine and two-time combat veteran turned entrepreneur at your service. Hey, today is a bonus episode. It's entitled WILF, or What I Learned From series. So to ask any questions, visit slowmoneyblues.com and click on Ask Doug or submit your question on IG, Facebook, or Twitter using hashtag Slow Money Blues. And what are we going to be talking about with this WILF series? What I learned from? Well, the main point is this. Are you WILF worthy? That's what we're going to be talking about today. But before we hop into the episode, we got to give it up. Big shout out and kudos to our sponsors, Linky.com and BigNetDomain.com. Listen, if you are a solopreneur, mompreneur, or dadpreneur, or side hustler, or even a podcaster, or maybe you're just into product development, or maybe you're an online marketer, you need to go over to Linky.com, that's spelled Linky, and grab your free link. Guess what? You can get a free trial offer for 7 days. It doesn't even require a credit card. Man, that's awesome. You get access to all the bells and whistles. And if you want to see exactly what Linky does, just go to linky.com/slow money blues. Man, my tech team is awesome. Love them. Now, if you are still suffering from a digital dilemma and you don't know how to do e-commerce, if you don't know how to do email marketing, if you don't know how to set up a website, if you don't know how to integrate your social media on your website, if you don't know how to do any of those things, head over to bignetdomain.com where the net just got bigger. They have hundreds of templates for all type of niche markets. Listen, if you are a car salesperson, or if you are an online marketer, if you're an author, they have something just for you. And today you can get a 10% savings at checkout and just use promo code BIGNET and stop suffering from your digital dilemma. And this is a question for today. What person or persons taught you the most? And you can take the poll now. If you just, you can take the poll. It's inside of the actually on the podcast. Parents, teachers, or others. So this is the deal. As I pondered closing out 2022, and as I'm looking at my calendar, I can't believe that in 2 days it's going to be Thanksgiving, right? I'm super excited about Thanksgiving. My family and I, we're going to be headed out to brunch and do a Thanksgiving brunch, and then we'll probably go ahead and have a later Thanksgiving light dinner. But I'm definitely going to the gym before I go and eat lots and lots of good food and spend time with my family, friends, and things of that nature. I can't believe that the countdown is on. Today is the 22nd. There's 8 more days left in November, and there's 31. So we got 39 days to close out the year. So as I ponder closing out 2020, I began to think about this, and I start thinking about this really before actually me obviously broadcasting live, about icons that were either the first to change the world or achieve the impossible. And so, which is why I came up with WILF. And the people I chose are now global household names. But their stories, just like your story, began long before they arrived on the national or international stage. So who did I select? Well, let's get personal. These names might sound familiar to you. I selected Barack Obama. Of course, you know who he is. He's the 44th president of the United States of America. Did 2 terms, did some awesome things. And people forget that he inherited a mess from George Bush. Can't make that up. Facts are facts. And, of course, the queen of media, our dear friend, Oprah Winfrey. Oprah is such a boss. She actually has her own network. That's really crazy, right? Like Oprah Winfrey Network. That's going wild. She did that many, many years ago. But hey, she did almost the impossible. And then, of course, Donald J. Trump, or Donald John Trump, the 46th president of the United States. And to many, he's loved, and to many, he's hated. But Donald is his own man. I promise you, his president and his legacy will never be forgotten by anyone that was alive while he was president. Warren Buffett, the business magnate, the man who has been doing it for many, many years, the ultra billionaire and the ultra giver. A lot of people now affectionately call him Uncle Buff. We're going to be talking about him. And last but not least, of course, the man of the hour, and he's making all the headlines right now, is Elon Musk, the new owner of Twitter. My man Elon, you got to give it up to him. He's definitely a trendsetter and go-getter, and he definitely plays by his own rules. So these are the people that I'm going to be talking about. These individuals dare to hope, dream, and do the impossible and change the world. Now, here is the question. Will you do the same? Well, let's talk about this thing. WILF. Are you WILF worthy? In other words, when people that you come in contact with, or people that you have come in contact with, what did you learn from them? Now, y'all heard me affectionately talk about Big Brother Myron. Big Brother Myron is not, he may be as a bonus. I might tell you about, my whole story. But if you go back and listen to episode 1, you learn all about my journey from 2012 to 2022. Can't believe it's been a decade, but man, wow. I'm telling you, that guy changed the trajectory of my life. And to be quite honest, he's still changing people's lives to this very day. And I still follow my man Myron Golden. Love me some Myron. Myron, I love you. Although this is not dedicated to Myron, but what I learned from, and so the question is, who is learning something from you? Now, this is the deal. In order to be WILF worthy, a figure must be pretty intriguing, right? So, out of the people that I mentioned, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, Oprah Winfrey, Elon Musk, which one of those people is more intriguing to you? Sometimes we're kind of captives or prisoners of the moment because whatever's making the headlines was ever in the news cycle, or really what's in your own news cycle, which all that stuff is really kind of predicated upon how you see things. Now, if you've been rocking with the podcast for any amount of time, it's all about building, launching, and growing your own personal freedom success system. Well, believe it or not, all of these people, these world changers, these icons that are internationally known, they really did it. They built, launched, and grew their own personal freedom success system. So whether it's being an elected official, or whether it's being a media mogul, or whether it's being, I would guess, an entrepreneur in the case of Elon Musk, or being a phenomenal investor as Warren Buffett, these are the things that make them intriguing. And there's so many people in the world that you could talk about. But the thing is, these people have not only changed the world, but they have stood the test of time, and they remain in our public psyche. Okay, so of all those people, the question is, which figure is more intriguing? Now, if you want to be WILF worthy, then guess what? You must be intriguing. It must be something about you. I want to say magnetic, but something about you that piques people's curiosity. And so sometimes it could just be the inspiration of your story, right? Or where you started from and where you are now, or how many lives have you changed? Those things, or what did you build, or what did you cure? Those are some intriguing things about what drives people. And so people, in order for you to be WILF worthy, you must be intriguing. All the people that I just mentioned, these are very intriguing people. I'm quite sure when those people call someone, everyone who they call, I'm quite sure picks up the phone. And when they pick up the phone and they hear their voice, they probably think like, this is really not this person. Why? Because I'm like not even in their sphere. So what would make them call you? Like personally, I'm talking. But I bet you anybody that receives a telephone call from one of those 5 individuals that I mentioned, I promise you they pick up the phone. Now, chances are you have people just like that in your life. When you call, or when you call them, they pick up the phone because they're intrigued by you, and they know when you call them, you're going to be bringing them probably some very, very good news. And then this is the other part about being WILF worthy. What or why are they intriguing? What makes them intriguing? I'm gonna tell you right now, off the break, when I looked at this list that I developed, I looked at Barack Obama. Barack Obama has swag in spades. It seems like there's never been a moment that he was never prepared for, you know. Um, and he is a phenomenal communicator and storyteller, right? Like, but his swag game is so tight. I mean, and it's just because of who he is. Not quite sure he's perfected that over the years. And of course, being a politician and being in a public spotlight, you know, you learn some things. Well, if you when you see the world through his lens, and because of his position, um, I'm quite sure um, he would intrigue almost anyone. But so if you want to be Wilf worthy, the question is, why are you intriguing? What makes people want to spend time with you when they can spend it with, like, it's billions of people on the planet, okay? But they chose to spend time with you. It's almost like, when you think about an interview, right? And when people say, hey, look, you got these showrunners and people that call up to book people and get them on a show. It's like, well, first of all, who's interviewing me? Because I'm not just going to sit down with anyone, first and foremost, right? So even in a media game, those people have to have some cachet in order for, they have to be intrigued themselves, right? Or intriguing themselves. It's like game recognized game, right? So it's like, I'm not going to just sit down with anybody, because first of all, if I want to interview you, obviously there's something that I believe you have to say that offers value, at least to my audience, right? And then lastly, who would you most want to be? Man, that question has been proposed so many times. It's like, well, man, who would you want to be? Now, I'm going to answer that question myself. And typically when I'm, when I'm doing this live, I don't really, answer the question, but I would actually say, who would I like to spend time shadowing, just to see, like, what do they go through on a everyday basis that other people don't go through. Like, if you spent a week with them, like, what would you see? So I wouldn't want to be anybody but myself, because if you've been listening any amount of time to podcasts, you know for sure that we're all masterpieces, we're all unicorns. People say like that. They're really trying to say you're intriguing and you're unique and you're one of a kind, but all of us are intriguing, unique, and one of a kind, at least in our own realm, right? In our own sphere of the people that we actually allow into our lives. So I would be like, who would I most want to shadow for about a week, just to see what they deal with on a daily? Like, how do they manage their time? How do they manage their relationships? Um, who is in their inner circle? I would like to observe things like that. So, but for you, who would you most want to be? Because some people say, man, I wish I was such and such, or I wish I was this person or that person. But I think I know what they're saying. Like, man, I just want to see, like, what do they go through? Like, what do I go through? Maybe we go through some of the same things. I'm quite sure we all, as human beings, go through a lot of things, but it's real, like, the decisions. I'm quite sure people at that level are probably always being presented with offers. And then the question is like, hey, are the people that are coming to me, are they genuine? Do they have my best interest in mind at heart? And I don't know. But I tell you what, we're gonna learn some stuff as we go through this what I learned from series. I'm really super excited about this. I'm really excited about closing out the year strong. Also, before we finish, the last show of the year is going to be the week in review. So I know we only have 5 weeks, and I talked about 5 people, but that will be another bonus episode. We'll go ahead and close out, and then we'll be like, happy 2023, and we'll bring 2023 in with a bang. But what are the major takeaways from today? This is the major takeaway from today, even as we begin to go into this WILF series. Learn from the best to become the best. Can't make this stuff up. If you want to be the best, learn from the best. It's really, really interesting. I recently had solar installed on my home. And I was sharing an investment opportunity with some of the guys that were doing the installation. And it's funny how I watched them listen to each other, and it's like, I'm like, why why do broke people listen to other broke people? And what I mean by broke is, I'm not talking about like this broke, right? Because they were working, so they weren't per se broke. Broke means you like devastated, you have nothing. They have access to capital. Broke in the sense that they're not using their own mind to think. They allow other people to talk them out of opportunities without even investigating it for themselves. And so many people do that. And I promise you, you won't be WILF worthy if you allow people to do it. If you can't become your own person and think for yourself, you will never be WILF worthy, because all of those people that I just mentioned, I promise you that they had to learn to think for themselves and not be controlled by, wherever the wind is blowing. And so what is our homework for this week? That's a great question. Because we're talking about WILF, what I learned from these people that are global icons, national icons. I want you to write, record, and listen to your epic ending and start living your dream now. Don't wait. Even though we are at the end of the year, I do not want you to waste precious, valuable time. It is one of the most precious commodities that we have. And like, you know what? Well, 2023 is right around the corner, so I think I'll just, not even push through. No, I want you to finish strong. So I want you to write. I want you to record, listen to your epic ending, and start living your dream now. In fact, one of my bonus episodes, maybe I've never even shared my epic ending with the live audience. I might just read it to you like, oh my goodness. And the reason I want you to do this is because I promise you, if you write your epic ending and you start living it, I promise you, you will become WILF worthy. So what did we talk about? We talked about what I learned from, what I learned from these particular people right here. And I gave you my list. I gave you Barack Obama, Oprah Winfrey, Donald Trump, Warren Buffett, and Elon Musk. Those are the people that we're going to be talking about. So look for those episodes to drop, and then for me to get on here and drop some more gems for you all so you can close out the year strong. So this is what I want you to do as always. Tell anyone suffering from slow money blues to tune in each Tuesday from 9:30 to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Follow, like, and share Slow Money Blues on social media. And don't forget to join our private Facebook group. Until then, I want you to continue to build, launch, and grow your very own personal freedom success system. And I won't see you at the top, but I will see you over the top. Now, listen, if you hung around until the end, this is what I want you to do. I want you to give yourself a big old round of applause, because you deserve that. And then I also want you to give yourself a big old cheer. And then it's okay to blow that horn. Yeah, baby. And life is long, so you might as well go ahead and laugh every now and again. Hey, look, I will see you next week, and we're going to be talking about what I learned from Barack Obama. Y'all have a great week. Bye.